on in. My name is Vicki Dillard, and I'm a very proud contributor right here on Your Black World. I know this is the haven, the home for intelligent Black people. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And also, I'm a contributor here on Your Black World, as well as FlyNubianQueenTV.com and our affiliates. So pleased that you have joined us today for this brief war briefing from your dear sister, Vicki Dillard. Dear family, I want us to briefly discuss a little bit of some of the reaction that happened from last night's presidential debate between Donald Trump and Joe Biden. Just a little bit of housekeeping before we get into it. As you come in, please come in giving us the thumbs up, thumbs up. Be sure to like, be sure to share. I want you to know that you can text the word Queens to 31996 so that you're able to receive phone notifications when we go live from time to time. You can text the word Queens or Boyce, BOYCE, to 31996 so that you're able to receive phone notifications. I'm so pleased that you have joined us today. I also want you to know that I am so thrilled to be conducting now my second amazing angel course. I'm doing another course on angel this Saturday, 2 p.m. Eastern. 2-hour angel intensive. It's going to be absolutely amazing. I will be discussing this particular one is actually entitled Angels Unleashed. This upcoming course that I'm doing is entitled Angels Unleashed. I'm so excited about it because during this upcoming mastermind this Saturday, by the way, 2 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to be discussing Angels Unleashed. This is going to be my next installment about the importance and purpose and power of having access to and activating celestial and angelic powers, especially for us in this season. The world is undergoing major transformation. There is a new reality, a new empire, a new government that's about to rule, and that's us, baby, based on freedom, justice, and equity. But because we're dealing with geopolitical powers, because we are dealing with strongholds, dear family, we need a power from another realm. And I'm so excited because of the downloads that I have been receiving spiritually. And so I want you to know it's a very reasonable rate if you would like to join our 2-hour angel course, a course on angels. I'm going to call it Angels Unleashed. It's going to be absolutely amazing. You want to go to FlyNubianMastermind.com. Somebody please put that in the chat for me. FlyNubianMastermind.com. FlyNubianMastermind.com. That's the first way you can join. If you attend my weekly mastermind class, by the way, I'm getting ready to do that right now. If you attend my weekly mastermind class at clubvicky.com, you get access to that automatically. By the way, you can still join my mastermind at clubvicky.com for $1 for the first 30 days. I don't know how much longer we're going to keep that going. I'm going to talk to the team about that eventually. But they still have the $1 for the first 30 days for those of you who want to attend my weekly mastermind. If you attend my weekly mastermind, you get automatic access into it. Again, that's this Saturday. So we just got about 2 or 3 days now. This Saturday, 2 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to be discussing Angels Unleashed with the changes that the government and our world is undergoing. We need a power from another dimension, a power from another realm. And I am pleased to share with you divine downloads that I have been given that I want to share with you. It's absolutely amazing. And let me be very clear. If you are someone that's looking for more purpose and more power, this ain't for everybody. But if you're someone that's about that spiritual life, that's about a life that's on purpose, a life that's looking to make an impact on someone just other than yourself, this is for you. Again, you want to join at FlyNubianMastermind.com if you just want to attend the 2-hour mastermind course this Saturday, or if you join my weekly mastermind. By the way, I'm going to be doing that tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern at clubvicky.com. You can still join my weekly mastermind right now for a special of $1 for the first 30 days. You'll get automatic access. So I cannot wait to see you there. Okay, enough of the a little bit of housekeeping. So last night's debate, I wonder how many of you all had a chance to see that. Shout out to my Instagram family, Instagram. I want you to get ready to come on over to Your Black World TV. We're not yet back live on flynubianqueentv.com. So Instagram, I'm going to need to use this device. So y'all get ready to come over to Your Black World TV on YouTube, okay? By the way, family, you can follow me on Instagram at Vicki X Dillard. That's Vicki X Dillard. Now listen, one of the things that we must understand is that we're still dealing with this war of the gods, right? The war of the gods. The war of the gods is about who will rule over us. Are y'all hearing me today? I love you back, Instagram family. I love you back. It's about who will rule over you, right? And so what we understand is that the ascension of Donald Trump, the election of Donald Trump, the cheating that was done to put Donald Trump in office, whether by white folk domestically here in the United States or by Russia or other international forces. Somebody talk black to me. It was still for white supremacist benefits. It was white folk that helped Donald Trump cheat to get into office. I've said this so many times before, and I need you not to forget it. Donald Trump was elected by white America, even though Hillary beat him by millions of votes, but the Electoral College helped to cheat. By the way, if you study the Electoral College, you find out the Electoral College has it came to be during around slavery. During the time of slavery. It has its connections to slavery. I don't have time to even get into all of that today. But they helped him cheat. Either way, I'm making the point that for those that voted for Donald Trump, for those that allowed this open, credibly alleged rapist and racist to be president of the United States, that is an indictment not just on Donald Trump, but most especially on the United States of America, white America. I need somebody black to talk black to me. Donald Trump was the backlash. The election of Donald Trump was the backlash. White folks were upset. This was their way at trying to get back at us for having a black man as president for 2 terms. I'm going to need somebody. I need my intelligent black people. Donald Trump is white America's backlash. They allowed this vile, disgusting piece of burnt orange vermin to be the leader of the United States of America. And let me tell you, this was permitted by God. This was permitted by God. Because it is an indictment, it's exposing the savagery, the wickedness, and the low-life nature of this country. Somebody talk black to me. Donald Trump is a reflection of America. Now, people are saying that it was hard for them to watch last night's debate. They were talking about how they were talking over each other and all this stuff. Let me tell you something. I've been hearing some of the pundits say, that this was not a good look. This was terrible for democracy. Let me tell y'all something. Donald Trump comes from a bona fide, certified racist family. Donald Trump called black women and men sons of bees. Donald Trump still refuses to apologize and openly advocated for the murder, the capital murder of innocent black men. The idea that somehow last night was the worst ding on American democracy that she's experienced is a bunch of malarkey. Folks like to talk about the fact that he disrespects other people. He makes fun of people with disabilities. They talk about how he disrespected military vets and all this other kind of stuff. Family, we know he said and did all that kind of stuff. So why are we trying to pretend like last night was somehow some unique and special humiliation for democracy? You know what it is? The reason why folks are saying that is because they know it's a presidential debate and the world is watching. So America is not concerned about not being a savage and a beast by murdering the children of the former slaves, foundational Black Americans. No, America is the world's #1 bloodshedder. But she's just concerned about looking bad. See, America is used to keeping up that lie. She's used to concealing the extent of her wickedness. Somebody talk Black to me. But when you have it all out in the open, all out rudeness on a debate stage, on a presidential debate stage, it busts the America's being undercover. It just exposes it. Somebody talk Black to me. Are y'all understanding what I'm trying to say? Donald Trump is America. And America is Donald Trump. Donald Trump is a credibly alleged rapist. Well, America has done that to Black folks since before we got here. Donald Trump is a cheat. He's a liar. Donald Trump is a hypocrite. Donald Trump is a criminal. And so is America. Now let's get ready to get to it. Instagram, I need to use this device now. Come on over to Your Black World TV and please make sure that you like, that you share, and that you subscribe. Thank you so very much. Again, my name is Vicki Dillard, so I cannot wait to see you on Your Black World TV. Again, dear family, you can follow me on Instagram at Vicki X. Vicki X. Shout out to those of you that are giving. I bless your gifts 1,000-fold. Now, I want to read you. I won't be here long because you all know that normally we're on flynubianqueentv.com. So for the next few days, please grace me with your presence here on Your Black World TV. We know that at the right time, the right people will view this broadcast. Are y'all hearing me today? Thank you so very much as I get ready to put this up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, family. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Keep liking and sharing. Keep liking and sharing. Thank you so very much. I'm just posting this for my family on Instagram so that they can know that we're here. Thank you all so much for joining us. I know there's a whole lot that's going on right now in our world, but I'm going to keep it very brief today, family. I'm getting prepared also for my mastermind class tonight at clubvicki.com. Again, you can still join for the first 30 days for $1. So if you still want to do that, go to clubvicki.com, clubvicki.com. Thank you so very much. All right, dear family. Now, how many of you all got a chance to watch the debate last night? I know it's been a lot of people that's been disturbed and disgusted by it. I was one of the ones that was just ticked off by how it was going. I was upset with the moderator, Chris Wallace of Fox News, but that's to be expected. And of course, I was disgusted with mostly how Donald Trump was interrupting and so forth, because we didn't get to, the meat and potatoes of the issues, which we knew we weren't going to get to that. So that was not surprising, but nevertheless, it was still burdensome to listen to some of that. So how many of you all got a chance to watch it? How many of you all got a chance to watch it? Hopefully I'll be able to see your comments, because now for some reason I'm not sure if it's coming up right now or not. But anyway, keep liking and sharing. Well, I want to talk to you and remind you of a few things for today's brief war briefing by me today on Your Black World. I'm so excited to share this with you today. Let me say this too, really quick, that the thoughts and opinions that are expressed by me on Your Black World TV or our affiliate channels, because sometimes our show is aired on other networks, are not necessarily those of the network or our affiliates, but they are the opinions of me. They're my own, Vicki Dillard, okay? Now, there was a piece that was just USA title of publication, their publication piece, A Powerful Message. Debate watchers, they're talking about how they're reacting to Joe Biden's response about his son's drug use. Now, here is a picture of Joe Biden and his son that was the subject of last night's attack. That's Joe Biden and his son, right? This is the son that was the subject of Donald Trump's attack, right? Can you all see that? Yes. Okay. Several of you. Okay. Now I'm seeing a few comments. Okay. Somebody was saying, y'all said it was horrible. Somebody said, I watched that mess, hot mess. Let me tell you something, dear family. The hot mess that you watched, I need you to understand this on a macro level. What you viewed right before your very beautiful eyes was the fall of America taking place. Are y'all hearing me? What you viewed, your spirit being taxed, you being upset, you're watching the catastrophe of these powers fighting each other and getting absolutely nowhere. What you were watching was a manifestation, a sign of the reality. Oh, please, I hope y'all are hearing me, of the fall of America. Now watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Listen to the piece. It says that during a contentious, argumentative debate, one moment stood out for many. During a conversation about his son, Hunter Biden's prior drug use, former Vice President and Democratic presidential nominee Joe Biden took a moment to look at the camera and acknowledge his son's struggles in a way that advocates say can reduce the stigma around drug use. Y'all pay attention to this, because I'm bringing this particular area up today because I want to talk about the irony of Joe Biden's son's drug use, his reaction, his response. But I don't want it to be lost on us that this was not just something that you should just say, oh, these are just two senile white men fighting. No, baby, that's not, this is bigger than that. This is the prophesied fall of America, family. The crumbling of the America, the eroding of America. The scriptures talks about that there is a such thing as a mystery Babylon. It uses that language because when you study America's lineage, who we've broken off of in terms of Europe and so forth, you will find the connections to the original Babylon in terms of how that particular government was run. But it's called Mystery Babylon because it's not literally talking about that particular nation that you know of, the original Babylon. It's called Mystery Babylon. The scriptures uses hidden and symbolic language. It cloaks America's name. It cloaks the identity of America in the name Mystery Babylon. Because America fits all of the descriptions in terms of the bestial and savage way in which she rules, in the way that she has disrespected and murdered and ravaged not only mostly first and foremost foundational black Americans, black Americans, but she has used a similar pattern in disrespecting and exploiting and murdering the darker peoples of the world. Somebody talk black to me. The scriptures speak in code. It speaks in algorithm. America is that mystery Babylon. But the scriptures talks about the mystery Babylon has fallen. But watch this. One of the phrases it also uses is that Babylon, the great God today. Are y'all listening to me? Oh, baby, the Vicki Show, you know, we hold court here. We have a gavel here because this is where authority and power rests and reside. With us, I'm gonna need somebody black to talk black to me. I always tell folks, I know you're used to seeing your white supremacist judges with this. I know you're used to seeing your white supremacist parliamentarians and legislatures with this. This tends to be associated with power in those circles. But I'm trying to program and condition your subconscious to recognize, baby, no, we're running stuff, believe it or not. Power in this season, as I always say, is coming from the ground up. Somebody talk black to me. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, family. Keep liking and sharing. Welcome your black world. Welcome to also my Fly Nubian Queen family. I'm going to be going live over here for the next few days. Tomorrow, though, stay tuned for that. I'm going to come back probably Friday, but there may be a special premiere tomorrow, so you don't want to miss that as well. So make sure that you keep checking in with some changes in the next upcoming days, okay? Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, family. Keep liking and sharing. This is important that you understand that. There's a changing of the gods, not just the gods, but the changing of the gods. In other words, white supremacist leadership is on its way out. That's another scripture that says that as well. In scripture, it actually says that the devil knows that his time is short. So he creates havoc on the earth because he knows his time is short. That's another reason we're seeing these outbursts and this backlash from white supremacy. I'm going to need somebody to talk black to me today. So please don't just go around saying what everybody else is saying, that these are two old white senile men. No, you are watching right before your eyes the fall of America. I love you back, Ingram, that says we love you in Mississippi. Y'all know I'm born and raised in Mississippi. I live in a wild, wild west right now, but shout out to Mississippi. My maternal and paternal lineage is from the South, Mississippi in particular. I love y'all back. Now watch this. Keep listening. Keep listening. I'm going to connect some dots here. It's going to be very brief. I'm just giving you my response to it. But I want you to keep that first and foremost in your heads. Don't let nobody say these are just two senile, crazy men. It's bigger than that. Shout out to my sister, Kim Connick. I love you, sis. Candy and all the rest of you that's in the digital building. Watch this. It goes on. Watch this. It says, during the conversation about his son, Hunter Biden's drug use, former Vice President, I already read that little part, Democratic presidential nominee Joe Biden took a moment to look at the camera and acknowledge, listen, y'all, it says that Joe Biden looked in the camera and acknowledged his son's struggles in a way that advocates say can reduce the stigma around drug use. Now, wait a minute. Wait a minute. They just said, they're telling you they are appreciating how Joe Biden basically fessed up to his son's drug use. And they hailed that as some heroic act so as to remove the stigma from other folk that's suffering from drug use. Is that right, family? Now let's draw some very clear lines, black family. Because what is it? I am tuned into your black world, aren't I? I'm tuned into your black world. Is that right, family? Somebody talk black to me. Watch this. The irony in Joe Biden being held basically as some kind of hero to remove the stigma of other drug users. The irony is that they're only saying that because white people are out here hooked on drugs in a way that a few decades ago, the white supremacists who brought the drugs in the black community and who made the laws to lock us up for it and destroy our families because of it, they did not expect that they would be experiencing this. God, today, black folk are left scratching our heads because we're like, are you kidding us? What do you mean? He's removing the stigma. What are you talking about? That he is removing the stigma. This is about white people. This has nothing to do with black people. Let me explain it to you in just a few minutes. I ain't gonna be here all day long. I'm gonna be strong, but I'm not gonna be long. I got to get ready for my mastermind class tonight. Don't forget, you can still join my mastermind at clubvicki.com for $1 for the first 30 days. By the way, my mastermind that I do every Wednesday night, what I do is I drop a spiritual principle and I elaborate on it. And then you have direct access to me there in the chat to where you can ask questions of me at that time. It's an exclusive VIP course. It's absolutely amazing. And so many of our attendees are just blessed by it. The testimonials speak for themselves. It is a privilege and it's an honor. And again, this is for somebody that's looking for stuff a little bit deeper. You'll experience me in a little different light because I'm in my spiritual metaphysical zone. Somebody talk black to me and it is such an honor. Your hair is on point. Thank you. My curly braids. Y'all like my curly braids? I always have braids in really small braids, but I always curly. Y'all are so sweet. You say the kindest things. You always make me blush. Sometimes folks think I'm ignoring their comments when they say that, but you're just making me blush. So I just want you to know I see them and I thank you so very much. Now, let me get back to this while y'all playing with me and making me blush. Listen. It goes on. During an attack on Biden's son, Donald J. Trump said that Hunter was thrown out of the military. Now, that's the pictures you just saw was Hunter. Bo, Joe Biden's other son, Bo, passed away not too long ago. His son was also an attorney general and served in the military. His other son, actually, believe it or not, did some halfway decent stuff. And he was attorney general as well. But nevertheless, watch this. Listen. Thumbs up, family. Keep liking and sharing. Listen to this. It says that during an attack on Biden's son, Donald Trump said that Hunter was, quote, thrown out of the military and dishonorably charged for cocaine use. Hunter was discharged from the Navy Reserve in February of 2014 after failing a drug test in 2013. However, it was an administrative discharge, not a dishonorable one. Watch this quote. My son, like a lot of people at home. Now listen to what Joe Biden says in response. My son, like a lot of people at home, had a drug problem, Biden said, speaking directly into the camera. He's overtaking it. He's fixed it. He's worked on it. And I'm proud of him. I'm proud of my son. All right. Did you all hear that? Thumbs up, family. Okay, I don't know what's going on here, but I'm going to keep going. You all can't see the chat? Somebody's saying something about a chat. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I'm seeing some of the comments in the chat. Is there a problem? Are y'all hearing me today? Okay, I can see comments in the chat. I don't want to get thrown off, so I don't know what's going on. Can you all see me okay? Can you all see me okay? Somebody let me know in the chat if you were able to see me okay. I'm seeing Shalina's comments, DeMonte, Denise, Chili Willie. Can you all see me okay? Okay, I don't have time. I don't know what's going on. Let's keep going. I don't have time to be distracted by whatever that is about, because right now I'm able to see the comments and I don't have long to be with you right now. So listen to this, family. Let me get on back to that. Sorry about that. Somebody messaged me and I'm not sure what that was about. Let's get on with this. This part here of the article, I want to keep reading this part because I don't want us to get thrown off. It says Dr. Sarah Wakeman, an addiction medicine specialist at Massachusetts General Hospital in Boston and the medical director for the hospital's substance use disorders initiative, called Biden's commentary a powerful message. Are y'all hearing me? She says, I think it was great to see Biden talk about his son with pride. And really send the message to everyone who's listening that substance use disorder is not something that families should be ashamed about or that people should be ashamed about. That this is something we can talk about, that this is a health condition, she said. To hear that declared nationally was a powerful message. Now, once again, family, this got to do with white people. This is white people caping for white folks' problems. White people love to tell somebody else, black folk, to pull yourself up by the bootstraps. White folks love to talk about other folks not taking responsibility. But white people stole everything they got. They stole a country. They stole people. That's us. They stole our intellectual property. They stole our ideas. They stole our labor. They stole resources. They stole everything they got. They didn't compensate us for it. They took it and they beat us, and they've been able to cheat for all these hundreds and hundreds of years and then turn around and look at us and tell us what's wrong with us and why can't we keep up. Somebody talk black to me. Are y'all hearing me? Ain't that something? White America, racist white America, has done absolutely nothing. You couldn't even build your own world. That's why you stole us in the first place, to build it. You did not have the wherewithal to actually manifest an America. You didn't know what to do to manifest success. Somebody talk black to me. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, family. Keep liking and sharing. Isn't that crazy? Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. I'm seeing a moderator's candy. I see Motown House. Shout out to those of y'all in the digital building. Thank you all so much for keeping us orderly and intact here. We so appreciate it. Now listen to this. Watch this. Watch this. This part says next, and I'm going to go further here in just a moment. It says reducing stigma, changing the way we talk about it, changing the perception of people who have a substance use disorder is the foundation of saving many, many lives, says Gary Mendel, the chief executive officer of Shatterproof, a national nonprofit organization based in Connecticut, focusing on reversing the addiction crisis in the U.S. Words matter. On social media, many who are in recovery or whose families have been touched by addiction said they appreciated Biden's response. Now, I saw a whole lot of tweets about that as well. One lady on Twitter, Amanda Littman, she's in here saying Biden looking directly into the camera to say how proud he is of his son in recovery is the kind of clip that might seem insignificant in the grand scheme of things. But for anyone who loves one of 20 million Americans with substance use disorders, wow, oh wow, what a moment. Another white lady said, my adult daughter is one of them. She says, I'm raising her kids. I was extremely touched by this moment in the debate. Another white lady said, that's a huge moment as someone in recovery. I appreciate the family speaking out about the good parts of the journey. Somebody else said, my dad had 37 years in recovery and I worked for 12 years in an inpatient rehab. That moment was one of the best moments of last night's chaos. Somebody else says, thank you, Joe Biden, for saying you're proud of your son, Hunter. Now, this is what gets me is the overwhelming comments that was connected to him saying that online, especially, and it particularly connected to this article that the article is quoting here. Most of them are white people. And what I find interesting is that the white supremacists didn't have this level of sympathy and compassion for us, God, today. But they have it for themselves. White people are experiencing white death due to their own doing in terms of opioid conditions. Did you guys know that white folks were out here suing pharmaceutical companies because they were saying that the pharmaceutical companies, because they were soliciting drug use and stuff, that this is what causing white folks to be addicted to opioids and stuff? What happened to white people take responsibility? It's not that I'm unfeeling. It's just that when black folks, when we were dealing with some stuff like this, you guys did not have the same sympathetic and understanding response. But let's keep it on Joe Biden. Let's keep it on Joe Biden. Let's keep it on Joe Biden. Thumbs up, family. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Keep liking and sharing. Let me ask you a question, family, while I pull this up. Let me ask you a question, family. Keep liking and sharing, family. Keep liking and sharing. My name is Vicki Dillard, and I'm so pleased that you've joined us here on Your Black World. For the next few days, you may be seeing me here more, typically around 6:30 p.m. Eastern time, either me here live or one of my shows or premieres, so you don't want to miss it for the next few days. I'm so excited. Shout out to you, twin, for your gift. I bless your gift 1,000-fold. Saying addiction crisis. We were called crackheads. Exactly, beloved. You know I'm getting ready to go there. That's my point. We were going through so much. Black folks were being bombarded, coming off of chattel slavery, coming off of convict leasing, coming off of the injustices of sharecropping, coming off of Jim Crow, coming off of the new Jim Crow, which is, of course, interconnected to this prison industrial complex that is white man-made. The condition of black people, and don't you ever forget it, our condition is man-made. Our condition is man-made. That's exactly right. Somebody came into our neighborhoods and brought the drugs to us. Somebody socially engineered the destruction of black folk by bringing the drugs into our community on purpose. And then when they did that, they turned around and made laws to further destroy our families by locking up our mothers and fathers, destroying the black families, destroying the black community. That didn't happen with you white people. White America, your opioid addiction, your crackhead addiction, all your drug addictions, your alcohol addictions, y'all did that all yourselves. You came into our communities and intentionally, deliberately, socially engineered our destruction. Your minds crafted and created our destruction in a way that our minds couldn't even fathom. Don't you ever forget that. Let me go further. Somebody talk black to me. Let me go further. Watch this. Everybody keep giving us a thumbs up, keep liking and sharing. Please, throughout the broadcast, pay close attention to important links that are in the chat. I know that the folks are saying that the Chat might be going a little slow right now, but I see comments, but you're right. Some of the chat is going slow. That's perhaps one of the messages I received said, but don't worry about it, family. Don't worry about it. Just keep in mind, if the chat's going slow, just keep in mind clubvicki.com. That's where you can join my mastermind, my weekly mastermind. I'm doing it tonight at 7 p.m. for $1 for the first 30 days, where each week I drop a spiritual principle and you have exclusive VIP access to me there, where you can ask me questions at clubvicki.com. So write that down. Or to attend my 2-hour angel course this weekend, this Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern. You don't want to miss this. Make the investment in yourself to learn about this celestial and angelic power that's lying in wait for you to activate, that will increase your life, that will bless your life, that will help us during the time of a global pandemic, that will help us during a time where there is much political and social upheaval. Somebody talk black to me. You want to join us at flynubianmastermind.com. That's flynubianmastermind.com. And I'm also excited about another mastermind that's coming up with Dr. Boyce Watkins and Dr. Claude Anderson. That's happening on the 15th. Yes. The Powernomics Mastermind is coming up. Yes, on October 15th, Dr. Boyce Watkins and Dr. Claude Anderson are going to be conducting their Powernomics Mastermind together. You already know that that's getting ready to be absolutely off the chain. And that website that you can sign up for that is at powernomicsmasterclass.com. That's powernomicsmasterclass.com. All right, dear family. Let me keep going further. Watch this. Let me read you this disclaimer, because I want to know if you remember this little sound bite. You know me, I always believe in crossing my T's and dotting my I's and following the rules. Watch this. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Now, dear family, excuse me, do you remember Jim Crow, Joe Biden? Do you remember Jim Crow, Joe Biden?
Back to the streets.
Senator Joseph Biden of Delaware. Do you all remember some years ago? This is around, I think, 1993 or so, because his crime bill was for 1994. He was certainly pushing hard for that. Do you all remember in this brief clip, and I'm going to give commentary in between, Joe Biden making these statements? Let me get it set up here. While I'm doing that, dear family, don't forget you can follow me on Instagram at Vicki X Dillard and follow me on Twitter at Dillard Vicki. I'm getting ready to get it set up for you right now. And yeah, family, we know that the chat is going really slow, I'm told, and messing up, dear family. So don't worry about that right now. So thank you for your patience on that. Folks are saying it's going really slow, but that's all right. Watch this. Do you all remember this? Let's get the volume up.
Take back the street. Take back to the streets. It doesn't matter whether or not the person that is accosting your son or daughter, or my son or daughter, my wife, your husband, my mother, your parents. It doesn't matter whether or not they were deprived as a youth. It doesn't matter or not whether or not they had no background that enabled them to become socialized into the fabric of society. It doesn't matter whether or not they're the victims of society. The end result is they're about to knock my mother on the head with a lead pipe, shoot my sister, beat up my wife, take on my sons. So I don't want to ask, what made them do this?
Did you all hear that? He said that he's worried about them beating up his mama and his wife, and they getting ready to take on his sons. Don't forget that later. What was Joe Biden's thoughts about prospective drug dealers, drug addicts, and those of us that are victims of America setting us up to destroy us by flooding our communities with those drugs? I'm going to remind you even further in just a moment of who brought that mess into our neighborhoods. Keep listening. We're talking about the irony of Joe Biden invoking his son's drug addiction problem into the debate last night. There was a whole lot of madness that was going on during their conversation, but the irony to the Black community.
They must be taken off the street. That's number one. There's a consensus on that. Unless we do something about that cadre of young people, tens of thousands of them, born out of wedlock, without parents, without supervision, without any structure, without any conscience developing, because they literally, I yield myself 3 more minutes, because they literally have not been socialized. They literally have not had an opportunity.
When he says without conscience, and when he says they haven't been socialized, that is definitely him dog whistling by calling us animals. Joe Biden was labeling Black folk as animals. He was trying to paint us as savages and beasts in order to justify and receive all of the support for his crime bill to lock us up. When you think someone is an animal, you try to cage them. Somebody talk Black to me. Joe Biden, along with Hillary Clinton during that time and a whole bunch of other white folks. Joe Biden called us predators. Hillary and others called us super predators. If you follow the Vicki show on FlyNubianQueenTV.com, you know I gave you the scholar, the alleged scholar, who invented that term and who trained Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton at the White House in terms of what that meant. Hillary did not coin that phrase. She was taught it for strategic purposes, for the same reason that Joe Biden called us predators. They had to first create the environment, family, that could justify them legally locking folk up. What do you do to an animal? What do you do to a beast? You cage them, you lock up that beast. That's the reason why they were using such language like that. That's the reason why that Hillary said they have to be brought to heel, which is a phrase that you use for a dog. Thank you for your kind words and your gifts. I bless him 1,000-fold. But right now, white America is experiencing what they never could have imagined. White America brought drugs to us. They socially engineered that substance to destroy us. But now she was doing it then, and she's still doing it now. And they are dropping like flies. They didn't expect that kind of backlash. But America is not suggesting that we lock up white folk for their irresponsibility and their addictions. Joe Biden said that he's proud of his son. Joe Biden said that, yes, his son struggled with drugs and addiction just like millions of other folks. Let me tell you all something, Black family. They're not talking about you. They're making excuses for their own failures. I have nothing but love, respect, sympathy, and empathy for our people. Why? Because we are on enemy battlefields here in America. Every ounce of our destruction can be traced to white supremacy. And they want us to confuse our situation with their own while they're advocating our destruction. And while they refuse to acknowledge that the war on Black folk with this war on drugs, they refuse to make reparations. They refuse to give reparations even on that. They refuse to fix the laws to let all of our people go free because of this drug war that America created. Somebody talk Black to me. Let me keep going further. Remember when Joe Biden said this? Listen to his attitude on how you're supposed to deal with drug addicts, drug dealers, and so-called black criminals. I always have a hard time hearing anybody talk about law and order being policemen and judges and legislators over black folk. You are the number one criminal, the number one killer, the number one raper and robber. Whenever I hear some white supremacists open up their mouth to dare release judgment on black folk, I can never get over that.
We should focus on them now. If we don't, they will, or a portion of them will, become the predators 15 years from now. And Madam President, we have predators on our streets.
He said, do you see that's another word? Predators. Madam President, we have predators on our streets. Before that, what did he say? We're without conscience. Did you all hear that? He was describing us as animals, as dogs. That was a prelude to the 1994 crime bill. But Joe didn't have that attitude when it came down to his drug addict son. White people are the most privileged. Joe, you're a legislator. You and your sons have all of the access and advantages of white supremacy. You guys have homes. You guys have money. You have connections that we don't. What is your excuse for being a drug addict? We are the most compassionate and understanding people on the planet. But because we're at war, baby, I don't have that kind of compassion for you when you still refuse to acknowledge the great damage and devastation you brought to the black community. And Donald Trump brought it up. But Donald Trump is the biggest, dirtiest dog you can know. Donald Trump, when he got into office, militarized law enforcement in a way, elevated it, escalated it. It's Donald Trump's attorney general that told black folk that because we don't literally applaud law enforcement like folk do for military people when they're coming through the airport. Remember, Attorney General Barr told us that we can expect to lose protection in our communities because we don't respect the police. Somebody talk black to me. Donald Trump called our sons of bees, disrespecting black mothers because they were calling out police brutality as athletes. Don't you ever forget that. Don't you ever forget that before Donald Trump aspired to be president decades ago, he took out a full page in newspapers calling for the death penalty of innocent black boys. Did you hear what I said? Don't you forget it. Donald Trump's team is listening to new black media talking points. Talk black to me. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, family. Keep liking and sharing. My name is Vicki Dillard. For those of you that are coming in, I'm so pleased to be a contributor here on Your Black World. You're going to be seeing me live here probably a little bit more for the next couple of days. Tomorrow, the scheduling will be a little bit different, but they hopefully may put up one of my shows as a premiere tomorrow. But make sure that you don't miss Friday, me being here live, inshallah, as well as perhaps a few more days next week. So stay tuned for that. Follow me on Instagram for details at Vicki X Dillard, and follow me on Twitter at Dillard Vicki. Also, I want you to know that I'm doing a 2-hour angel series, 2-hour angel session, of course, on angels this Saturday, 2 p.m. Eastern. And to join, there's 2 ways you can access my 2-hour live angel course. It's going to be amazing. This is the second one that I've done. The first one was out of this world. The responses, the testimonials have been absolutely amazing. But I want you to make sure that you go to flynubianmastermind.com. That's where you can go. It's a very reasonable rate to join my 2-hour mastermind on angels, 2-hour intensive course on angels this Saturday. If you're someone that's looking for more purpose and more power, this is for you. Somebody put that in the chat for me. FlyNubianMastermind.com. If you join my weekly mastermind, right now you can get in for $1 for the first 30 days. If you join that even for $1, you get automatic access at clubvicki.com. Thank you so very much. Watch this. Keep listening to Joe Biden. Listen to Joe Biden from 1993. And last night, they want us to show compassion on his son. Black folks, we always show compassion on people, don't we? The question is not about us showing compassion on Joe Biden's son, Hunter, excuse me. That's not the question. The priority of the day is not us feeling sorry for this white man's very privileged son. This is about why isn't there compassion and repair for black people when white folks brought drugs into our community, set us up, made laws against us to destroy us. That's the question. The question is not us feeling sorry and saying that we can understand what Hunter is going through. No, it's whether or not Hunter understands what we're going through and whether his daddy, who was one of the major masterminds behind one of the most anti-black pieces of legislation in recent history, is willing to fix that. Listen, this is just about another couple of minutes, another minute and a half long. Listen to this. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, family. Keep liking and sharing. We know that the chat seems like it's going a little slow right now, but that's okay. I want us to keep giving us a thumbs up, liking and sharing. Let everybody know that Vicki is on Your Black World TV. And God willing, I'll be here for the next few days going live until we get our scheduling back up to par on FlyNubianQueenTV.com. Again, if you are watching us here, keep giving us the thumbs up, liking, and sharing. If you're watching us on one of our affiliate channels, please like, please share, and please comment. Thank you so very much. Listen.
Society has, in fact, in part because of its neglect, created.
Did you hear what he just said? Did you hear what Joe Biden just admitted right there?
That society has, in fact, in part because of its neglect, created. Again, it does not mean because...
He acknowledges that America helped to create the condition that we found ourselves in. Don't forget, this was 1993 when he made this speech, leading up to the 1994 crime bill. So white America, you know our condition is all your fault. But it's very rare that y'all actually admit it. That's how it becomes news. It's when the liar slips in some truth. God, today. But even though Joe Biden acknowledges that some of our destruction is caused by America, even though he acknowledges it, let's listen to what Joe Biden's solution was for black people struggling.
We created them, that we somehow forgive them or do not take them out of society to protect my family and yours from them. They are beyond the pale.
Notice what he said, to protect my family from them. Joe, your son, how do you excuse Hunter's drug use and stuff? Y'all weren't in the hood like that. You're the most privileged people. How is it that y'all still coming out like that, addicted to drugs and stuff, living that criminal life? What's wrong with y'all? Why don't you white supremacists take responsibility for your condition that you created? You created your condition and you created ours. Make it make sense.
Any of those people. Beyond the pale. And it's a sad commentary on society. We have no choice but to take them out of society. And the truth is, we don't very well.
Does Joe Biden think that should have happened for his son, Hunter? Should Hunter's criminal activity take him out of society? I'm wanting to know, does Joe believe that his son Hunter needs to be taken off the streets, regardless to what caused the condition. We don't even need to know. That's our question, Joe. We're wanting to know, should that same standard apply to Hunter? My understanding that Hunter got caught up also when he was involved in when he was driving a rental car. I think I did a show about that last year. Joe Biden's son, there was some drug paraphernalia and stuff that was found in a rental car. And some kind of way, the charges or the situation that he should have been charged with magically went away. Somebody said, Hunter, his name is even predatory. It sure is. Somebody talk black to me. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. I'm just saying, black folks, we are very sympathetic. We understand people struggling. But I'll be doggone if I sit up here and advocate black folks feeling sorry for Hunter when your daddy has not even proposed a bill to release every black person that's in American prisons, because America created a condition that every single one of us are in, whether you are a drug head, a robber, or any other kind of criminal. It's all America's fault. You still got people locked up that was a part of the Black Panther Party and other similar organizations from 40, 50 some odd years ago. What we look like sitting up here feeling sorry for some Hunter, the most privileged white man, and y'all done stole everything you got, took advantage of everything that you got, and we supposed to be sitting here crying a river for you. Make it make sense. You can't make nonsense make sense, and you're not going to mess up and corrupt our minds to do it. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, family. Keep liking and sharing. Let me tell y'all something real quick while I'm on this. This is a side note. Listen to the rest of this little piece. It's almost done. Let me say this to you. Donald Trump last night refused to denounce white supremacy. Now, I saw somebody black tweet out, well, right after when they asked Donald Trump about it, Trump said, sure. Slowness. Y'all better stop that. After they said to Trump, would you denounce white supremacy right after that? And Trump refused. Trump said, well, what do you want me to say? Exactly, AJ. Trump said, what you want me to say? Trump refused to give a full-throated denouncement of white supremacy. Now, intelligent black people don't need nobody that you know to be a white supremacist to say the N-word or to say, oh, I'm a white supremacist. Intelligent black people have already known that Donald Trump is an open white supremacist and racist. You Negroes that's out there justifying what Trump said, especially if you black, you done lost your minds. You that's out there talking about that Trump is on some kind of a agenda to reveal the establishment and to reveal some predatory ring. Sit your funny looking silly self down, Negro. You a slave. Cut these little labels that y'all want to connect yourselves to. You either black first or you're nothing at all. You got black folk out here sitting up there talking about trying to make it look like that Joe Biden is worse than Donald Trump. Let me tell your silly self, yes, they're both white supremacists. But Donald Trump's open white supremacist is also extremely dangerous, and y'all need to stop lying about it and tell the truth and shame the devil. Donald Trump's open white supremacy is giving permission to other white folks who may be otherwise reserved in the white supremacy. They might be more subdued. When you're more open in your white supremacy, you're giving other white supremacists and racists permission to manifest their racism in more wild ways. Slowness. Quit playing, y'all. Those of you that's acting like Donald Trump is here to save and expose some predatory ring, when Donald Trump hangs out with all of the predators, sexual predators, make it make sense. Donald Trump was buddies with all of them sick, twisted people. There's pictures of them all over the place. Donald Trump, some of his accusers were teenage girls that said that Donald Trump raped them. Slowness. Donald Trump has not been married to one woman that he hasn't cheated on, fool. Donald Trump himself has paid for almost a dozen abortions of women that he himself personally got knocked up. You mean to tell me that this savage, this immoral man is who the world is looking for to expose other sexual predators? Sit your slow, ignorant slave self down. Y'all got me slinging my braids all over the place, out of place. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. A man that hadn't met a woman he hadn't cheated on. A man that's knocked up himself almost a dozen women. He paid for all of their abortions. Allegedly, credibly alleged. He pays, we know for sure, for prostitutes to be paid off that he done slept with. His wife is knocked up with a baby of their own, and he's sitting there still cheating. He's buddy with the Harvey Weinstein types of the world. And y'all want me to believe that Donald Trump is some savior that's getting ready to expose? Sit your silly, ignorant self down, slave. Some of you may be saying, I know this lady that was on Twitter today. She was trying to sit there and tell me about the Proud Boys. This black woman was sitting there telling me that she's a doctor. She studied. She wanted me to know that because she had DR in front of her name, she literally said that, no disrespect, sis, if you're watching me, I love you. I ain't called out who you are specifically. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, family. This lady told me on Twitter today, she said she has DR in front of her name. She was wanting me to know that because she's a doctor, she does a lot of research and stuff. And that the Proud Boys weren't just about race. That other folks, black folk and Hispanic people, Latino people are part of the Proud Boys. Sit your funny looking self down. Because you got a bunch of silly Negroes and Latinos that might be a part of Proud Boys does not stop the fact that they are white supremacists. Slowness. I called to the stand Daniel Cameron. Daniel Cameron is a Republican who is an open white supremacist who screwed over his sister Breonna Taylor and took one for the team of white supremacy. Joe Biden is a Democrat. Black folks say they're Democrats, but a lot of the Democrats are white supremacists. Slowness. Donald Trump says he's a Christian. There's a lot of white supremacist Christians. These labels don't mean nothing. You've always had voluntary, silly, dumb, nut job Negroes that were willing to take one for the team of white supremacy and sell out their people because they would rather attach themselves to a label. Sit your funny looking self down, slave. I don't care if you're a judge out there caping for Donald Trump. I don't care if you're a doctor. You a doctor slave. You a judge slave. You an engineer slave. You a celebrity slave. You an artist slave. You a dog catcher slave. You want us to think you deep. Nobody intimidates Vicki. My confidence comes from the God. And when I have divine intelligence to where I can read spirits, that supersedes your doctorate degree. Somebody talk back to me. We exposing the establishment. Donald Trump, they don't like Donald Trump because he's about that establishment. What are you talking about, fool? White supremacists are killing you, dummy. We black folks look dumb sitting there attaching themselves to any kind of labels like that. That ain't got nothing to do with you. Funny looking self. There's some Latinos that's a Proud Boy. It's black. Sit your nut job. Sit down, nut. That's my sweetest, kindest way I can say it. Because y'all's slowness to understand white supremacy is what's holding up us getting victory and getting liberty for our people. AJ says, I'm in tears from your truth. Well, bless your heart, AJ. I bless your gifts 1,000 words and your kind words. No disrespect to that sister. I didn't tell y'all her names. I'm not going to throw her under the bus, but that's what she told me on Twitter today. She says, I got DR in front of my name. That's what she told me. She said, I got DR in front of my name. Girl, lady, I don't care nothing about none of that. I am not impressed. In fact, I challenge the wisdom of the world. God, today. The scriptures in 1 Corinthians says that God uses the foolish things of the world to confound the wise. I challenge your wisdom. Anybody. You don't even understand what you're dealing with because that's the only kind of knowledge you know. You don't know the supreme knowledge. You don't have access to the divine mind that knows how to expose the hidden things. Sit down, slave. Nobody got no respect for that. I don't care if you're a judge, doctor, or somebody on the whatchamacallit. I thought so. I don't care. With all due respect. I don't care about that. First thing they did, as soon as Donald Trump played, Donald Trump today, when the reporters were asking him, he said today, after last night, after him refusing to denounce the Proud Boys and to denounce white supremacy, Donald Trump today was asked by the press about the Proud Boys. And guess what this fool said? He said, oh, I don't even know who the Proud Boys are. If Donald Trump didn't know the Proud Boys, why he didn't say that yesterday during the debate? And the moderator made it clear that it has something to do with white supremacy. So even if you didn't know directly who they were, if they mentioned, whispered white supremacy in the same context of that group, he could have said that, you know what, last night he could have said, you know what, I don't know exactly who the Proud Boys are, but I denounce any group that's a white supremacist. That would have been sufficient. I saw another black person today putting up a video of Joe Biden, talking about how Joe Biden is senile and how Joe Biden is crazy. I have no love for Joe Biden. I regularly expose Joe Biden. But when I see y'all do that and refuse to call out Trump, I'm looking at you like you done lost your mind. How you reach for Joe Biden, which I give Joe Biden the work every day, but I don't see y'all going hard on exposing Donald Trump. The longer y'all are under white supremacy, the stupider you become. The more mentally ill you become. You become more compromised and you become more and more out of your mind the longer y'all are under white supremacy. I call out Joe Biden more than anybody and Kamala. So when I don't see y'all doing that for Trump. Now here's another thing. Let me say this to you too. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs. I got to get ready to go after this, family. I was going to say more, but I can't because I really got to get ready for my mastermind today. My mastermind is getting ready to go down in about 50 minutes. By the way, you can join at clubvicki.com, clubvicki.com. Let me tell y'all something real quick. These people that got all these degrees and all this stuff that's out there trying to make it look like that Trump is some kind of savior. He ain't as bad. And when folks try to make it, when people don't come right out and call him the savage that he is, I be looking at them like they strange. You know, in the Holy Quran, it says something about making evil fair seeming. The longer y'all are under white supremacy, y'all become more and more compromised. You have a tolerance and a patience for madness. I don't misuse my intelligence to give no white supremacy the benefit of the doubt. Your slowness got us locked up. Your slowness to call a thing is what's got us in bondage for 465 years. It ain't just the white supremacists. It's your slowness. The longer y'all are under white supremacy, the stupider you sound, the more compromising you sound, and the more accommodating you are with white supremacy. You make evil fair seeming. I call out Joe Biden and Kamala all the time. I don't need to say, when I'm calling out Donald Trump, I don't need to say Joe Biden's name in the same sentence that I say Trump. The longer y'all are under white supremacy, especially those you black folks with these degrees and stuff, you look stupid. You sound dumb. The longer you are under their influence, the stupider you sound. the dumber you sound. And some of y'all think that y'all really sound smart. You really look like you're parsing out the difference. Sit down, fool. You don't look smart. You look dumb. You look real dumb. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Watch this. Let me say this. Last part here. For those of you Negroes, slaves, you Jim Crow types that are bending over backwards to give Trump some kind of benefit of the doubt. Okay, forget all of that. The man who was Donald Trump's personal lawyer and fixer, Melissa, thank you, Miss Vicki. Liberate our slow brothers and sisters. Be one, beloved. Thank you for your gift. I bless your gift 1,000-fold. Listen, Donald Trump's longtime fixer and attorney went to prison for Donald Trump. He said that Donald Trump is a racist and has done all kinds of malfeasance and shady stuff. Donald Trump's lawyer, white man, went to prison. If that's not enough, Donald Trump's sister, who was a federal judge, was on audio, caught on audio, telling the truth about her ratchet brother. His niece and other family members wrote books, and they're doing massive interviews explaining how he stole from them and how he's racist. So you silly Negroes that's bending over backward to act like it's not true, his own family is saying it's true. His sister, who was a judge, federal judge, niece, wrote a whole book. Shout out to you, Donnie. Shout out to you, Freeology, for all of you all. Bless your gifts and your kind words 1,000-fold. Don't let these so-called smart people make y'all stupid. Just step back from them. Just step back. They sitting there telling you, well, Trump ain't that. He ain't that bad. I mean, Trump, they just trying to come against Trump because Trump is exposing these pedophiles. Fool, Trump hadn't met a woman he ain't believed in cheating on. Fool. It's little girls. Some of Trump's accusers were teenagers. Fool. Trump got pictures and hung out with all the pedophiles. Fool. Trump's first wife, in a legal deposition under oath, said he raped her under oath. Slowness. Just step back and look at them like they done lost their minds. Tell them when they say stuff like that, say, you scaring me right now. And laugh, kind of laugh like a concerned laugh, like, you scaring me right now. That's what you do when they start saying it. Say Trump pays prostitutes off not to tell why he's cheating on his wives. Say that. All the evangelicals saying that they voted for Trump because of abortion, but Trump got almost a dozen women that he personally knocked up. Credibly alleged. He paid for their abortions. Credibly alleged. Step back and look at them like they're crazy. Say this is who y'all saying is finna expose establishment. Y'all gotta just look at them like they're crazy. Okay. Just say, okay. Now the Democrats is just trying to come after Trump and say, okay, no problem. But the lawyer who went to prison for Trump, he said Trump did some shady things, that Trump wasn't right. Okay, forget him. Trump's sister, his sister who's a federal judge. Trump's sister who was a federal judge said that too. Oh, Trump's family came out and said he stole from them and was a racist and regularly used the N-word. Just step back and just say, okay. Don't argue for him. Just say, okay. Say, okay. Say, okay. While you're saying okay, make sure that you're stepping backwards. Walk backwards. So you can get up out that force field and you can go home and pray and get all them spirits off you and get your sage, your Palo Santo, your salt baths and stuff. Do all whatever efforts you need. Any and all kind of baptisms, honey. And get all that up off you. God, today. I got to go, y'all. I love y'all to pieces. I can say so much more, but I just wanted to highlight that piece because that was a little pet peeve of mine with these doctors and stuff on social media telling me that they got doctorate degrees and stuff. Shout out to you, Paula, for your gift to my rebuke slogans. I know that's right. They're not going to let us confuse us in white supremacy. The longer y'all under white supremacy, the stupider you become. Y'all not going to get us caught up all up in that? No, baby. And that's no disrespect to the sister. Again, it'd be different if I told you her name and stuff. I'm not trying to put her out like that. But I'm going to attack that mindset. I'm not going to excuse that. I'm scared somebody else might be thinking like that. I'm trying to get us set free. I want to help Black people. I love y'all to pieces. Follow me on Instagram at Vicki X Dillard. Follow me on Instagram at Vicki X Dillard. Follow me on Twitter at Dillard Vicki. Again, for the next few days, family, you'll very likely see me right here on Your Black World. You know what? Don't go anywhere. Let me finish this one little last 30, 40 seconds of Joe Biden.
Rehabilitate them at that point. That's the sad truth. I'm the guy that said rehabilitation, when it occurs, we don't understand it and notice it. And even when we notice it and we know it occurs, we don't know why. So you cannot make rehabilitation a condition for release. That's
Joe Biden said he don't even believe in rehabilitation like that for release. But yet Joe Biden is sitting there talking about how proud he is of his son for rehabilitation. Would to God if Joe Biden had that same attitude for Black folk that he was willing to lock up and put back on the modern plantation.
In our system, there's the federal system, you serve 85% of your time. It's a shame, but we don't know how to rehabilitate. But there is a consensus, and I will cease. We must make the streets safer. I don't care why someone is a malefactor in society. I don't care why someone is antisocial. I don't care why they become a sociopath. We have an obligation to cordon them off from the rest of society.
He said he doesn't care why they're a malefactor. So he said we got a responsibility to cordon them off from society. So we need to throw away. Sounds like we need to throw away Hunter. No disrespect to his son struggling. I'm just saying. Why don't you have the same kind of an attitude about white people? See, when white people get on drugs, what do white people do? They make legal trap houses. How many of y'all remember hearing about them coming up with these rehabilitation places or safe places for white folks to do their meth drugs? Because so many of them been dying, they want to have safe places for them to do drugs. Not to come up off drugs. I said safe places for them to do drugs. That's nothing but a trap house. White folks suggest making legal trap houses for white folks to safely do meth while they're talking about throwing us away in prison. Make it make sense, white people. Why didn't you come up with that brilliant idea for us after you intentionally got us addicted? How many of you all know that Nixon's war on drugs was really a war on Black people, and that someone from Nixon's administration came out and admitted that that's what it was? How many of you all know that Reagan took it to the next level against us? How many of you all know that the CIA brought the drugs in, but the CIA brought the drugs in because the order came from the White House? What's your excuse? Joe Biden. That's right, Motown. And Nancy told us when she back in the day, because I was in school, I remember that Just Say No. In fact, when I was in school, y'all know I was real young when they was doing this. This was back in the day. But they first started doing the DARE program in school, Just Say No. Nancy said, just say no. That's what we need to tell white people to do, just say no. What's wrong with white people, racist white people? Why can't y'all get it together? Just say no. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, family. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up.
Try to help them. Try to change the behavior. That's why we do in this bill. We have drug treatment and we have other treatments to try to deal with it. But they are in jail.
Okay, so that's what we're trying to suggest for Hunter. Hunter needs to be in jail for his drug treatment. Why was that the suggestion for Black people, Joe? Jim Crow Joe, excuse me. Why wasn't that the remedy for Black folk, Joe? But that's the remedy for white people. It's proof we're at war, Black family. Stop caping for these white supremacists out here. I'm talking about either one of them. It's time for us to get out. And when I mean get out, I mean it's time for us to teach our own children, continue to build on our own Black businesses, do business with each other, connect to the Black diaspora as much as possible, as much as possible. It began to build a future for ourselves, making our own neighborhood safe and decent places to live outside of the very long tentacles of white supremacy. America has delegitimized herself. That's why she was embarrassed yesterday, because it was a presidential debate. And they had hoped that there would be a little bit of decorum, but it's not. How could it be a decorum when you're dealing with savages on the stage? America is not worried about them really being that. She's only worried about them looking like that to the world. Did you catch that? I said, did you catch that? America is not that concerned with actually not being right or savage. She's only concerned about looking like that, because she knows, especially on a presidential stage, the whole wide world is watching. And the whole wide world knows that the cat is out the bag. America is a fake, a phony, and a fraud. Many nations of the world knew it, but they knew that their voices weren't going to be heard in America about it. They knew that when they told us the truth about what America was doing in their countries, that they knew we weren't going to listen or read about it. But now that it's happening on such a large platform and such a mass scale, it's impossible for America to hide. And let me just say, I don't mind people involved in a strong debate. If we're talking about ideas, if we're debating ideas, how y'all gonna sit up and be more upset about oral arguments and debates? Not what Trump was doing. Trump was just being straight, disrespectful. It had nothing to do with him speaking the truth or him disagreeing about nothing. He was just trying to take over everything so that he wouldn't answer questions about policies because he don't know nothing about policy. That was what Trump was doing. But I'm talking about generally speaking. See, the only people that get mad about robust debate are people that don't have confidence in their debate skills. And that's not everybody's call. But how you gonna be the number one nation, the greatest bloodshedder on the globe, and you want to act like that the worst thing that ever happened for democracy is a bad presidential debate versus you actually being devilish America? That's what gets me. This is a bad time for democracy because of how that presidential debate went. This was a ding on democracy. Baby, no, the ding on democracy is when y'all got Trump in the office. The ding on democracy is when you put Reagan in office and Nixon in office. The ding on democracy is when Obama was selected before he was elected and did everything for everybody else but didn't do nothing for Black folk. The ding on America is that after 465 years, you still hadn't paid us for reparations and you are still oppressing us. The ding on America is anti-Black genocide. That's the ding. That's the ding, ding, ding. Ding, 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 to the ding, ding, ding. That's the ding. There's no other ding. The ding is your original sin, America, which is your anti-Black racism. That's the ding. It's always been the ding. It'll stay the ding. And it's finna stay the ding, 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 ding. Why y'all laughing at me? Now I gotta go for real. Love y'all to pieces. Join my mastermind class that I'm getting ready to do in about 35 minutes. Clubvicki.com. Clubvicki.com. My 2-hour angel mastermind that's coming up this Saturday. Join right now. Go to flynubianmastermind.com. Flynubianmastermind.com. Also, Dr. Claude Anderson and Dr. Boyce Watkins are getting ready to do a mastermind in a couple of weeks, October 15th. A Powernomics mastermind. Where's that mastermind link at? A Powernomics mastermind. I just had it because I just read it to you a few minutes ago. At Powernomics, let me get it back to make sure I'm saying it right. Is this it? Yes, here it is. Powernomicsmasterclass.com. Powernomicsmasterclass.com. Love y'all to pieces. Make sure that you follow me on Instagram at Vicki X Dillard, okay? And Twitter at Dillard Vicki. Love y'all to pieces. I came to you in peace. I leave you in peace.